Hey guys, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today is February 25th. It is 8:30, and I am starting Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I'm currently on some reading sprints with Quinn, and I'll leave the link to these down below if you missed them, but we're both reading Reminders of Him, so we thought it'd be fun to do some sprints on our first night reading the book. So far, I'm like 30 pages into this, and it is really good. But I'm not gonna give away too much, but I'm really liking this so far. Not sure what I'm gonna be able to talk about because I have so many thoughts, but no spoilers. So far though, there's already this like detail that is like things are connecting, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's on page 29, and my heart when I saw that, if you watch the sprints, you see me, I'm like, oh my god, because I love how Colleen Hoover makes the little details like connect, and like she puts so much thought into the story, and I love that so much about her and her books. But yeah, so I'm gonna just keep reading and try to catch up with Quinn. She's already like 20 pages ahead of me, so that we're on the same page, literally. Okay, bye. Original. Okay, don't mind the ambiance in the background, but I already have 2 pages that are like stuck in my brain, okay? Page 29 and page 46. If you know, you know. Hey guys, good morning. It's Saturday now. I think it's almost 12. I think like 11:45 maybe. I'm sitting here with my bagel and my coffee, and I'm also reading Reminders of Him. I am loving the plot and the twists, but also like and all the line like dots connecting. First, we find out that this guy that Kenna meets like at this bar that she goes to is Ledger, aka her dead ex's best friend, and he's also kind of helping take care of her daughter, Liam. By the way, can we talk about that? That is such a pretty name, and like a meaningful name, but one that I feel like is super uncommon. I don't know, I love that. Ledger is in this tough position because he's in the middle, he's helping raise and be part of his best friend's daughter's life because he died. But now he's just almost hooked up with the mom, and is like, it's all messy now. But he's only like a 26-year-old or something like that, and he's going through all of this. It's a mess. One part I'm really liking right now is the letters that she keeps writing to Scotty. Her point of view, it's 2 point of views, Ledger's and Kenna's. And in Kenna's point of view, some of them, we have these notes that are these letters that she's kind of writing to Scotty. And honestly, I find them so powerful. In one, she was talking about part of her time in prison, and right after, like right at the beginning, right after she had DM, and this girl named Ivy was kind of helping her out. She said, "Are you gonna live in your sadness, or are you gonna die in it?" on page 89. And I thought that was so, I loved that line. And on, I think it was 46. Oh yeah, she wrote this little poem. She said, "I have a daughter I never held. She has a scent I never smelled. She has a name I have never yelled. She has a mother who has already failed. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, and, okay, last thing before I go back to reading. On pages, the end of 69 to 70, all of 70, she's like, imagine this, and it's kind of describing Scotty's death, and it's so powerful the way they do it. Like, Colleen Hoover left this a kind of mystery, kind of out in the open, what happened, and then she described in such a powerful way what happened. Oh. Okay, sorry, that was so abrupt. I'm in my room now, and I just want to say how hard this whole should kind of get rights with their dealing with their daughter situation is, because in some way she should, and at the end of the day, she's the mom. She wasn't out to kill Scotty, like that. She's not like a murderer, like she's not cold-hearted or anything. But at the other end of it, it's like this girl only knows her grandparents and Ledger, and as far as family, or like an immediate family. And so it's so hard because she should get to know her mother, but she hasn't been there. And is she going to be able to be there and stable and just in her life? Like, if she's going to be in her life, is she going to be able to stay in her life? So right now, I'm not sure which way I'm going to guess it's going to go, or which way I want it to go. It's so tough. Custody battles and rights having to do with, like, your children are so hard. And it's been so long. And there's also this problem with the whole Scotty's dying. That's also in the situation. Of course, the grandparents are going to be like, we don't want you part of her life because you killed our son. I feel like it's so hard, though, because Ledger feels guilt, like, doesn't want anything to happen to Kenna because he feels like he'd be guilty or feel guilty, and he's like, what would Scotty do? But he's thinking he's going to have to pick a side, and I'm like, they're your family, basically. I think if you're going to pick a side, that it would be them and not Kenna, who's just, because he didn't really know her in the past. She's just this girl that she almost hooked up with to him. But now he's also the little girl that he kind of helps take care of. She's her mother, so it's all a big mess now. But I gotta keep reading to see what happens. But oh my gosh, it's a mess. This girl did not just say she thinks about kidnapping her daughter. She also was this close to saying that if Ledger wants to go to the store, now that she works there, she better bring her daughter. And I'm like, girl, oh my gosh, please don't tell me she goes crazy. I'm starting to not love her. But I don't know. She keeps forgetting about the fact that she literally left her boyfriend on the side of the road instead of calling 911 or getting help or whatever, and like literally just went home and sat in bed. Or at least that's what we're told happened, is what happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. This girl, oh my gosh. And I'm still not even halfway through. Like, I'm just, oh freaking boy. Okay, I'm on page 127. She says, I think about kidnapping DM sometimes. I'm not sure why I don't follow through with it. It's not like there's a worse life for me than the one I'm currently living. At least when I was in prison, I had a reason I was unable to see my daughter. What? If you kidnap her and you don't have legal rights to see her, and you take her away, you know, whatever, without her consent, whatever, that would be a reason you can't see your daughter. You would go back to prison. But right now, the only reason is the people raising her. And, you know, the law, but whatever. And it hurts to hate the people raising her. I don't want to hate them. But when I was in prison, it was hard to blame them because I was so grateful. She had people who were taking care of her. Exactly. And she can barely take care of herself. Like, she can barely afford where she's living. And she can't afford a car, she can't afford her phone. Like, she will not be able to raise DM so she needs to chill out. Okay, so I'm on page 144, and there's a quote that I wanted to say. It's another one of Ivy. I really like this person, even though she was in prison, but she said, regret keeps you stuck on pause, so does prison. When you get out of here, make sure you hit play so you don't forget to move forward. And I really liked that because I'm a big, everything happens for a reason and don't live in regret type of person. And obviously there's gonna be some things that you do that you might regret because of how things turn out, but I feel like just everything has a purpose, and your life wouldn't be the way it is, even including the bad things or the things that you don't necessarily like. There's things I don't like about my life or like my past, but it all was steps to where I am now. So I really like that quote. I'm slowly making it through this book. I'm not even halfway technically. I'm a few pages away from being halfway. But yeah, it's going pretty good right now. She almost saw Diem at the freaking grocery store though. I was like, oh no. But then Ledger got them out of there. So yeah, and then she started crying and saying how she didn't get that chance of seeing her daughter for at least 2 days, or at most 2 days. That she was not necessarily promised, but that she was expecting. So she just wanted to be able to see her daughter. Okay guys, so it's like midnight right now, and I'm about to do a little more reading of Reminders of Him. I took a fat break from this book. I was just on my phone doing absolutely nothing for the past couple of hours, but I want to read some more of this before I go to bed. I'm almost 60% through, so I want to read one more chapter before I go to bed, and then hopefully finish tomorrow or Monday. We'll see. I'm trying to finish before February is done though, so I hope that happens. I'm not sure. I have to work for like 4 hours tomorrow, but not too bad. So hopefully finish tomorrow, and then I don't really have any updates as far as how the book is going. I think I still have the same like thoughts as I did when I last updated you. Basically what's happened though is Ledger gave Kenna a job at his bar and is getting her more and more involved in his life and closer to Diem without getting him actually without getting them together. And now she's like met everyone at the bar, all his coworkers, or not coworkers, all his employees and friends and stuff, so that's interesting. Oh, and the grandparents, filed a restraining order on Kenna. So the plan was to try to get her out of the town as fast as possible, but now she has 2 jobs here. She is making friends and getting a life there, so it's just going to become even more difficult to get out of town. So we'll see how it goes. I'm only this far in. We'll see if there's some drama about to happen. So it is Monday. It is 4:30, and I did not vlog pretty much at all yesterday because I didn't really read at all yesterday. I did a little bit of reading at work during my break, which I kind of showed. I showed like that I was sitting down, getting in my book. That's the only reading I really did. So I'm still quite a little bit, I have like 100 pages left. I think I can finish tonight. I'm gonna try. I'm about to do a little bit of reading right now, and we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping I finish it today. If I don't, I'll be very sad because I wanted it to be part of my February wrap-up, or like my February reads. So we'll see. I have like no updates right now. Pretty much the same thing is going on in the book. You know, they have feelings. They're trying to figure out what to do about Diem. And the restraining order that she just got filed exists, so that's fun. So yeah, really, really fun times for them. Oh yeah. Quinn, who you guys know I've been reading this with, kind of. I think she finished, but she said that she cried, and then she sent me a picture. I was like, oh no, I haven't cried yet, but we'll see. I'll update you if I cry. Oh crap. The parents know. Scotty's parents know that Ledger and Kenna are at least doing something. They know that he was at her apartment in the early morning, and they're not dumb people, okay? They know what's going on. This man literally barely knows this girl, or this woman, whatever, and is defending her, even though she left his best friend to die. Okay. Once he realized who she was, he was pissed. Oh, okay, whatever. Ooh, now they're fighting, like physically fighting. Patrick said, don't you dare try to put your choices on us. You can choose that woman, or you can choose DM, but don't you dare try to make us feel guilty for a choice we came to peace with 5 years ago. You did this to yourself, Ledger. He has such a good point. No, okay. Okay, so now she's trying to leave, but he's like, don't leave. I'm like, I feel like he's been treating DM kind of crappy now. Like, Kenna's the only thing on his mind. He's just, they were both so stupid for doing this. Especially for him after finding out who she was. Kenna just said, DM needs you. And like, yeah, why isn't he thinking about that? Like, sure, she'll need to figure out who her mom is and whatever, and maybe she'll want to meet her, but DM needs Ledger in her life to be there 100%, all just thinking about her and supporting her. Like he had been for the past 4 years, and then all of a sudden just not. This man did not just give her his credit card, just threw it at her and left. Damn. It was never a choice. DM will always be the most important girl in my life, no matter what or who or when, but that doesn't mean I'm not torn the F up right now. Why? What is there to be torn about? This little girl needs you. I chose DM. Let's go back to how things were before. Good. As you should. You should be choosing DM. Ah. She named her turtle Lego after him because she loves him. And he's still thinking about Kenna. In some ways, he did put his own happiness before DM's. Literally by hooking up with this woman more than he should have. Okay, yeah. I do feel bad because she is hurting, obviously. And she has a daughter that she can't see. But she still should realize, and Ledger should realize, that there's a bunch of pain. Because, you know, the way their son died. And now they're raising his kid. And it's just a mess. And they have a reason to not want a connection. Like, that's their right. He just said, I'm not asking you to read it because I'm in love with Kenna. Boy. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now Grace, Scotty's mom, is with Kenna talking, and she gave her the ring that Scotty and Kenna were talking about and saw, and that Kenna liked, and that Scotty wanted to propose to her with, but they weren't ready to, he wasn't ready to propose yet, and whatever. And then he died, so he couldn't, but now she has the ring. Okay, so now she's feeling some peace, so cool. And now she's not angry. Cool. So I guess it's okay that they heard her out. I still don't like the way Ledger's doing stuff, but... Oh god, is she about to meet DM? I think she's about to meet DM. Oh my god, they're at the house. They're at the house. You're forgiven, Kenna. And now she's fitting into their little family, obviously. But you know what I mean. I just finished. And I'm reading the epilogue. Diem is 7 now, so it's been 3 years. Okay, so now Diem still lives with Scotty's parents, but sees Ledger and Kenna every single day. They had a son and named him Scotty. I have so much to process. I have so much to process right now. I just finished Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. So I'm giving this 5 stars, okay? This book left me feeling something, okay? I'm feeling so many things. This was such a fun story because it was the story of a grieving mother and a lost mother, and then it was like a family story and a relationship, a messy relationship, and 2 lives and 2 stories that were messy, that were also kind of the same messy story, coming together, kind of reuniting, and it's making a huge and even bigger messy story, and it makes you think about things, it makes you feel things, it makes you just have to stop and pause. I'm left, I don't even have words. I'm kind of out of breath for some reason, and I feel like I'm gonna shake. This book is so good, okay? So good. And I highly recommend to literally everyone on the planet. Thank you very much. I feel like I want to cry too. I didn't cry. I almost cried. I didn't cry. I'm sorry, Quinn. I didn't cry. But I want to cry. But I just don't cry. But I want to cry. Duh. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you read this. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on a different coho. If you've never read one, read this one. Quinn started with this one. This was her first coho, and she loved it. So I will be making sure she reads another very soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.